Campers and YouTubers, Big Boss here. Time for another gun review. This is video number 9, and it is not this gun I do not own. It is the store's gun, and like I promised earlier, I will review some guns that are not mine. Well, here's the first, and it is of a Mp5K gas Mp5K. It's a copy of the Maruzen. You can tell by the box. Now let's open up the box. And here you have your manual. Standard stuff there. Then we open up the box cover. Good packing material, so you know nothing's going to hurt the gun. Comes with a small bag of BBs, the gun, and the magazine. It's the K style magazine. I think the capacity is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think the capacity is 25 on this puppy. And take the gun out of the box. This gun is for sale at TNT Enterprise, up at Trader's World, and we're selling these. I think this is the first one. I believe we will be selling it for, I think, $135, maybe a little less. I don't know, we just got it today. I took it home with me to test out and do a review on for you guys. Alright, first off, let's start with the gun. As usual, I'm going to work my way from the back and work my way to the flash hider. First off, start at the back. Right there is your sling adjust. Right here, you have your sling attachment point. And if you think a PDW, you could put a PDW stock on this. If you can, it will require some modification. When I take the gun apart, I will show you that. Let's talk about the grip. It's open at the bottom like the real steel version. It's hollow because you don't have the motor. And the grip is a polymer plastic. It feels almost exactly like the real thing. I actually think this polymer finish feels better in my hand than what the Classic Army MP5 does. And right here is your selector switch. Safe, semi-auto, full auto. It's a Navy trigger group, trigger style. You have your rear sight, which is adjustable for different types of apertures. It's adjustable, I believe, for 4 different apertures. And the selector switches on both sides. Right there's your mag well. You can either push that in, the button here to get the magazine out, or like the traditional way, pull this lever back. And working our way up even more. Such a small gun. Right there's your trademarks. It just says caliber 9x19. And on the other side it says G55 caliber 6mm BB made in China. That's because this gun ain't trademarked by any real. This is a copy of the Maruzen. Now let's talk about the magazine. This is a short style. Capacity is like, I believe, 25 rounds. Now don't take my word on this, but I think the Maruzen mags may fit. If they don't, I don't know if they make the longer style. I have not looked yet. We'll move a little bit further up the gun. Right here you have your vertical foregrip, which is plastic. The upper receiver is plastic. The only parts on this gun I believe that are metal are the sling attachment point, the top of the rear sight, and the front sight, and the inner barrel, and parts of the blowback mechanism. And right there is your ugly flash hider. I wish they'd make it flat, just because that's how the K is. The K does not have a piece that sticks out, but don't take my word on this. I haven't tried to get it off. I may at another time. Let's talk about, and then here's your sight system. Traditional MP5 stuff. Now right here is your cocking handle. You do have to use this because this is a gas gun. You have to pull it back to load it, and you can also lock it back and smack it down like a real steel. but I don't believe that piece is metal, so if you smack it, it could eventually break. Now, when you pull it back, the ejection port opens and it stays halfway open because it's an open. I guess it's an open bolt to a certain degree. And then when you pull the trigger, when it's empty, the bolt closes. It's your standard stuff. Now I'm going to disassemble the gun in a minute. I'm going to talk more about the gun. It has, I'm going to do a shooting test for you, but it has an insane rate of fire. Now let's disassemble the gun. Disassembly is pretty easy. Pop these two pins out here. There's one. There's two. Then your butt plate cap comes off. See this piece right here? That is why I believe a PDW stock will not fit without modification, because your recoil spring and guide goes inside that. The next pin you have to pop out is, well, you don't have to pop it out, but you can pop it out right there. Otherwise, it's going to break open like that. That's the end of part one. Part two comes.